सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ग्रैड ड्रीम्स चैनल को और बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलिए।
Hello and welcome back to Grad-Dreams YouTube channel. This is Sanjana here and today we are going to talk all about USA visas. But before that, if you are someone who is looking for study in USA, then check out the appointment link in the description box below and clear all of your doubts. The United States of America offers several types of visa for different purposes, including tourism, study, work, business and immigration. Here is the detailed information of the most common visas in the USA. So the very first visa is the F1 visa or the academic study visa. The F1 visa is a non-immigrant student visa issued to the international students who wish to pursue academic studies in the United States at an accredited educational institution such as college, university or language school. Now let's talk about the eligibility. Applicants must have been accepted into a full-time academic program as a US institution. Applicants must demonstrate that they have sufficient funds to cover their tuition fees and living expenses. Applicants must have a residence abroad and demonstrate their intent to return to their home country upon completion of their studies. So the next step is duration. The F1 visa holder can stay in USA until the duration of the academic program, including the authorized practical training or the optional practical training that may follow. So the next step is the application fee. The student need to pay a service fee which is known as Student Exchange Visitor Information System. That fee costs you around $350 and the student also need to pay the fees of travel dogs that cost you around $160. So the second visa type is M1 visa. The M1 visa is a non-immigrant visa issued by the United States for vocational and non-academic programs. It is designed for students who wish to pursue vocational or technical training in the USA at a recognized non-academic institution such as a trade school or a vocational college. Now, let's talk about the eligibility criteria. Applicants must have been accepted into a vocational or non-academic program in the United States. The program must be full-time and lead to the acquisition of a specific vocational or technical skill. Applicants must demonstrate sufficient financial resources to cover their expenses during their stay. Applicants must have sufficient proficiency in English to participate in the chosen program. So the next step is duration. The M1 visa holder can stay in the USA until the duration of their vocational program. Now let's talk about the application fee. The application fee for M1 visa varies by country and it typically ranges between $160 to $270. And the student also need to pay the service fee which is around $220. Now let's move on to the M2 visa. The M2 visa is issued to dependents of M1 visa holders, including spouses and unmarried children under the age of 21. M2 visa holders are allowed to accompany or join the M1 visa holder in the USA during their vocational program. Now let's talk about the application fee. The application fee for the M2 visa varies by country and it typically ranges between $160 to $270. Now let's talk about the third visa type, that is J1 visa or the exchange student visa. The J1 visa is a non-immigrant visa issued by the United States for cultural exchange programs. It allows foreign nationals to participate in educational and cultural exchange programs in the USA. The J1 visa is often used for programs such as research, teaching, training, and cultural immersion. Now, let's talk about the eligibility criteria. Applicants must have a sponsoring organization in the US that is approved by the US Department of State. The purpose of the visit must be for a specific program of study, research, or cultural exchange. Applicants must demonstrate sufficient financial resource to cover their expenses during their stay. Applicants must have sufficient proficiency in English unless the program they are participating does not require it. Now let's talk about the duration. The duration of the J1 visa depends on the specific program and it may ranges from few weeks to several years. Now let's talk about the application fee. The application fee for the J1 visa ranges from $160 to $270 and the student need to pay the service fee that is around $220. Now let's move on to J2 visa. The J2 visa is issued to dependents of J1 visa holders, including spouses and unmarried children under the age of 21. J2 visa holders are allowed to accompany or join the J1 visa holder in the USA during their program. Now let's talk about the application fee. The application fee for the J2 visa ranges between $160 to $270. Now let's talk about the fourth visa type, that is B1 B2 visa or the tourist visa. The B1 visa is a non-immigrant visa for temporary business visitors, while the B2 visa is for temporary tourists or visitors for pleasure. They are often issued together as the B1 B2 visa, allowing for both business and tourism purposes. Now, let's talk about the eligibility criteria. B1 visa applicants must demonstrate that the purpose of their visit is for business related activities. B2 visa applicants must show that they plan to visit the USA for tourism, vacation, or visiting friends and relatives. Both visa types are require applicants to demonstrate strong ties to their home country and the intent of return after their temporary stay. Now let's talk about the duration. The B1 B2 visa is typically granted for maximum of 6 months and it can be extended for certain circumstances. Now let's talk about the application fee. The application fee for B1 B2 visa is around $160. Now let's talk about the fifth visa type, that is H1B visa or work visa. The H1B visa is a non-immigrant visa for skilled foreign workers who have a job offer from a USA employer. It is commonly used for occupations that require specialized knowledge such as engineering, IT, finance and healthcare. Now let's talk about the eligibility criteria. Applicants must have a job offer from a US employer who will sponsor their H1B visa. The job must meet specific requirements including minimum educational qualifications and specialized knowledge. Employers must file a petition on behalf of the applicant with the US Citizenship and Immigration Services (USCIS). Now let's talk about the duration. The H1B visa is initially granted for 3 years and can be extended for maximum of 6 years. Now talking about the application fee, the application fee is totally sponsored by the US employer. So that was it for the video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for more updates from Grad-Dreams.